this is my budget £40 air fryer, which, as you know, I was a little bit skeptical about when I first got it. In fact, I joked that it was a hairdryer. In fact, it isn't really a fryer, is it? It is literally a small fan oven. You're not frying anything. It's basically you're warming up instead of a huge carcass like your oven. You've got your little basket there. It's good for the environment. And as I've done recipes with it on the channel, as you've seen, well, I've kind of got to like it. So before I upgrade it to potentially a better model that can do more things, I wanted to show you 5 things that we've been making in it in our spare time that we actually really enjoy and think that they are arguably better in the air fryer. Number 1 is garlic bread. And sometimes we bodge this with not even baguettes, but just slices of bread from our bread bin. So these are just these baguettes. These are the ones that are sort of part cooked. You can get in a shop. You could just buy some standard ones that are already fully baked. And we're gonna cut into it. Now I'm just gonna be a bit cheeky and do some diagonals to make it look a little bit more fancy, but I'm not gonna cut all the way through. Yeah, Hasselback bread. So into this bowl, I've got 2 garlic cloves. This is some fresh parsley, again, shredded with a knife. I like that word, shredded. It sounds like way more exciting. And this is some softened butter. Hopefully, we should be able to just use the butter as a sort of hoover to blend it all in. Beautiful. So there we go, some garlic butter. Any sort of messy steps like that you want to add to it, like we're putting cheese on now, this is optional, bit of parmesan. Like do this outside of the air fryer bucket. It's just, sometimes it can be a pain to clean it. So this is why they're mini baguettes, because the air fryer I've got currently is not massive. It was just bought as a bit of a, well, like I say, like a joke, but it's done well. So if you've got any suggestions on which air fryer I should get, do let me know. I want to just try and explore it a bit more. My air fryer, is already preheated to 180°. In 10 minutes, we'll have some stonking garlic bread. Remember, it cooks faster because of that small area with the heat circulating so fast. We're looking for it to be nice and browned. If you're doing it with a slice of bread, just get the bread, roll it out thin, put the filling on, and literally roll it up into like a cylinder, shove it in there. More topping on top if you want. That is good too. Yeah, baby. Oh. A good start. So number 2, this is some cauliflower bites, but you can use other vegetables such as broccoli. I think you'll like this one. Now this is why I first hated the term air fryer, okay? So we've got some plain flour, salt and pepper, and some H2O, okay? So this is gonna be a batter, but it will thicken up once the flour absorbs in. That's pretty good. You want it fairly thick like that because that's where the term fryer, obviously if you're using a typical fryer, the oil's so hot it will cling and a more wetter batter would actually firm up straight away. Whereas you effectively, you put that in the oven, it's not always gonna work. So get a good texture. Yeah, so to keep it clean, I've just wrapped it in foil, but also punctured some holes in it to make the airflow still go through it. So in this bowl here, I've got some cucumber. No, that is not cucumber. This is some cauliflower. We're just gonna lift that batter. To be fair, batter is, I don't know, not the greatest term for it. It's perhaps maybe more like a dough. I do like the cauliflower steak as well. That's another thing that you can make in an air fryer. But there we go. We've got our lined foil there. Check that out. Yeah, the annoying thing with this one is we've got to do like the actual preheating of an air fryer, which is also important, as you guys told me. Thank you so much for that. I've got to do that manually with the bucket first and then in and out. So luckily it was still slightly warmed. I did it before we put the cauliflower in there. That is the hottest temperature, 200°, again for around about 10 minutes. Okay, they won't look too exciting right now. You see they're sort of lightly golden brown and you could eat them like that. They will be crispy. However, this is some buffalo sauce and it's gonna get warmed up. Don't worry, it's going back in there, but you don't need too much. Anything with some sugar in it, so barbecue sauce, even ketchup actually, we wanna get a little bit of caramelization coming through as it goes back in. Check those out. Oh yeah. Yeah. I love it. I made a batch of these for some friends that came over when we watched the rugby and they did not last long. Crispy, the heat, then the softness of the cauliflower, which of course has been cooked through. Brilliant. And the only downside is we've got a little bit of buffalo sauce on the foil, so we'll have to probably replace that. Of course, you can buy liners and things. If I wasn't doing a video, I like buffalo sauce, and tacos, which is our next one, could just join the party. In this bowl is some seasoning that smells incredible. We've got salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic pepper, paprika, chili powder, and cumin. Now, I've got to be honest, When we haven't got much time in the evenings and we want to make them in a rush, I don't always get the seasonings out like that. You'll just get some fajita seasoning or taco seasoning, something like that, which we might be using in a minute, and just shove it straight in there. It's absolutely, and to be fair, it's probably the same stuff anyway most of the time. These are some prawns, and there's a little bit of moisture on them anyway. So hopefully, and it doesn't have to be prawns, chicken, beef, vegetables, anything. Get them nice and coated. Now, something we didn't use on the cauliflower, which you can do to accelerate it if you want to speed them up, is some spray oil. And this one, we are going to cook it without the tray in there. I want to have a little bit of the seasoning left in the bottom, okay? So push that in there. So whilst that's cooking away, I can prep the other ingredients for a taco. I might shove some avocado in there. I've got some other bits and bobs in the fridge and that. And the other thing is, the reason we put no tray in there, we're going to put our actual tortilla in there with that seasoning to see if it can absorb it just as we warm it through. Ooh, baby. Oh, wow. But there's a little bit of the seasoning left. And that is where taking a tortilla, so these are the diddy ones that just about fit in there, and just rolling it around in the seasoning. You see that catches it like that? Either side. And all we're doing is warming this through. Like literally 30 seconds. And then we can serve it. Stained in the seasoning, loaded on the prawns. A bit of avocado maybe. We've got some pickled red onion, some mayo. Oh my gosh. Bit of lime juice and some chopped coriander. Nice. Oh yes. So good. We've even got a little bit of char in on the actual tortilla itself. It's got zing, freshness, sweet, and a little bit of heat. So from one fish to another fish that isn't out of place, but is off the flavour scale. Sorry about the fish puns, but the only downside to that now, and it's quite good to show you anyway, is obviously now we've got to clean that bucket out. Shouldn't take too long, but that is obviously the benefit of wrapping it in foil or using the liners. So these are some salmon fillets that have been sat on some kitchen towel just to take any of the moisture out. I did the tops as well, put that to one side. Because we're doing teriyaki salmon. You could do this with chicken too, or other meats, and of course it's all going to have different cooking times. Soy sauce. That's a low salt one. Makes you feel slightly better about yourself. Some garlic, brown sugar, rice vinegar, some corn flour, and a shimmy of pepper. Now, it wouldn't be a Barry video if there wasn't a loophole here. So really what you would do is put some of this as a marinade, which we'll do. And then the other part, you want to thicken up on the hob. However, you can thicken it in the air fryer, which means my basket's going to get a little dirty again. The rest of the salmon is going in here because we want to marinate this, okay? Let it sit in there. Salmon's in the fridge covered and just marinating. So what I'm saying is basically you shouldn't really do this step, but just do it over the pan. But I wanted to show you the versatility of this. We want to thicken that sauce. Shouldn't take long. At least we hope not, eh, mate? Obviously the thing doing it with the air fryer is you can't tell if it's going to burn or not. So, ooh, Ooh, that has thickened up. You can see the steam coming off it, actually. Yeah, that will do. That's just a gloss anyway. Beautiful. Salmon is in now, out of the marinade, skin up. And these are some green beans. Got a little bit of space, so you might as well stick them in. Something quite nice to go with the salmon. All right, in that goes. But that sauce is going to help for the second... that's hot. The other side. Free from desire. Cooking salmon in an air fryer. So I'm carefully turning it over. You can see how that marinade stained it. Lovely. And it's quite good that it's a big piece of salmon like that, otherwise it could fall apart. Gosh, the only annoying thing, it sounds like a ticking time bomb. As we can see, this sauce has thickened, and we're just gonna brush it on there. And we can do this a couple of times as it cooks. We could even add it to the green beans too, but there we go. Let's get this going. Oh yeah, timer. All right, here we go. So the first cook with the skin side is a little longer. The other side, we're just trying to get it nice and flaky and cook through. That was a big piece of salmon, mind. Oh yeah, baby. So we got that blooming timer. So I've got the green beans in there and I brushed it a couple more times as it cooked through. I'm gonna shimmy on some sesame seeds. Oh, nice. A little squeeze of lemon juice. And I still got some parsley left from a recipe earlier, so we'll just sprinkle that on. Look at that. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Honestly, I've just lifted that out of the pan. Look at that. That is incredible. Like massive fish fingers. Well, I think they effectively are, but underneath it, hopefully, some flaky salmon. Oh, yes. Oh. Mmm. Oh, salmon's like velvet. Sweet, tang, and some beans on the side. Nice one. So the last one is enchiladas, and I would say out of the 5 that this is probably the most sort of wholesome that you could cook for a family. I mean, indeed, we have done this. Well, it's actually fajitas, but I think we can bodge it. Well, I hope we can. This is not a dustbin lid. This is our base that we have lined with foil, and I've just put about an inch high sort of barrier around the edge. And of course, you can get ready-made things that do that thing, but I just find we've got enough foil in the house. However, this is non-stick foil, so that'll sort it out. I've got some ready cooked chicken. You could just pretty much cook the chicken in there yourself. It's definitely possible to do that. You can roast an entire chicken in an air fryer. So I'm just gonna stir around some seasoning just to get it nice and coated. I've been fed so well today. I've loved this video. Tortilla there. I think she might have been able to go slightly bigger tortillas, but these will do. This is some enchilada sauce that you can buy. This is a chunky one. They've got a smooth one. You could just use a taco one if you want. And any fillings you want in here, like go to town on it. Onions, peppers, and all that too. So a little line of the chicken. This is a tin of black beans that I've just drained off. So we'll do a little courtesy line of that along there. And I've just got a bag here of shredded 4 mixed cheese. So a nice combo going on. Ah. So all I'm gonna do is roll it up. If I can just tuck that in there. Oh baby. Oh, okay. In this one goes. The 2 on the ends I've actually folded, so they're in case, where the other ones I just rolled them straight forward, and we're left with something looking like that. Looks good, right? We'll get some more of that sauce and just brush it over the top. The great thing about this is everything is effectively already cooked. So this is really good for leftovers. Some of this cheese mix on top too. The only thing with this one, because it can catch quite quick, do not preheat it. And it's a slightly lower heat. If it does start to catch though and you're not happy with it, you could just put a bit of foil over it, but don't just put a loose sheet, otherwise it will just blow up into like the heating element. Like you need to tuck it in. Oh, you beautiful thing. That was about 9 minutes. Can we get this up like this? Yes, we can. That looks amazing. I've just put some guacamole, sour cream, fresh tomato, maybe a few herbs on top. This is a bit overkill. Like when we've made this before, it was with like mainly beef mince. We just got to this stage and had all this at the table, but hopefully you'll agree, that looks rather epic indeed. And for reference, the dog is like me. Literally where I'd put one of the tripod legs. Such a legend. But do let me know if you've enjoyed this video. I've got a real passion of finding out a lot more about pressure cookers. I think like air fryers, there's a lot more in that. But again, a lot of you have been saying about pressure cookers. That is the official way to eat an enchilada. Instant pot, that's the other thing. I think that's the same thing as a pressure cooker. There's something out of all of these recipes, this last one, where it's all fused together. There's lots of ins and outs, especially with like the salmon one, for example, whereas that, you bung it all in, the cheese and everything just brings it all together, and it's warm, it's comforting. Probably, I think the fish tacos, they were all good. But as a wholesome thing for everyone to have, I think I saved the best till last, but any of those will do. And I hope you enjoy the recipes. Give them a go. If you do, send me a picture. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. That actually is really good. I have eaten so much food.